Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on all drugstore makeup. I love doing these kind of videos. I love makeup so much, and this is the look that I came up with. So before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe. We are almost at 1K subscribers. Oh my gosh, it's taking so long. I will be doing a really cool giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys would like to see how I got this look and all my opinions on all the makeup I tried, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so I'm really excited to try out all of this new makeup. Some of it says like new on the package. Like this Wet n Wild palette says like new right here. So I don't really know if they're like brand new items like to the brand or just like to the store. I don't really know. And then some of this I know has been around for a while, but it's just like new to me, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and just start off by priming my face. I'm gonna pull my hair back. I am not feeling the greatest today. My CFS is kind of flared up and I just kind of feel like crap. But usually when I put makeup on, I feel a little better. I'm not really sure why. It's probably psychological, but it helps. So I thought I'd sit down and try out all of this new makeup with you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by priming my face. I feel like this is cutting off my forehead. Give me a second there. Is that better? I feel like my camera was just like angled weird. So the first thing I'm going to try is this Model's Own One Night Stand 2-in-1 Prime and Set Spray. So I'm hoping that the mister is going to be really fine because I can't stand it when you get a setting spray and it's just like really intense and it doesn't like distribute evenly. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and spray my face. Okay, that's not bad at all. It's not as like fine as I would like it to be, but it's not bad. Like this is pretty good, especially for drugstore. I feel like drugstore brands, their misters are usually like really intense and harsh. So I'm gonna let that set for a second. I'm breaking out, you guys. My life. I'm just not having it today, but that's okay. Okay, so for foundation, I am going to be using this Makeup Revolution foundation stick, and I'm excited because I've actually never have used a foundation stick before, and this is in the shade F1. I'm pretty sure this is like the lightest shade they had, and as you guys can see, I am very pale. So I think what I'm going to do is try one side with the sponge, and then I'm going to try the other side with a foundation brush. I think I'm going to use this Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. I really like the shape of this. It's really good for like getting in to those areas. So this is the shade Color. It looks like it should match me. I do have some yellow undertones to my skin. I've never used a stick foundation before. Ooh, this actually looks kind of nice. I don't really know how much to put on. This is all new to me. Oh my god, my forehead is breaking out so bad. This is probably just gonna make it worse. Most foundations break me out no matter what. Okay, so that should be good for now. I'm not sure if this is supposed to have like a matte or a dewy finish. I probably should have looked that up. But I'm gonna do this side with the sponge and then the other side with the brush and see what works better. I feel like that's a pretty good shade match. It might be like a tad too light, but actually, I think this is like exactly my skin color. Yay. That is this side with the sponge. This definitely has a little bit of a dewy finish. I would say the coverage is pretty medium. I wouldn't say this is like a high coverage foundation. So that is this side with the sponge. I am actually kind of liking how this is looking. So this side I'm going to use the foundation brush. You know what? I'm already seeing with the brush, it's actually like, I don't know if it's blending in the product as much as I would like it to. I feel like it's actually kind of taking away some of the product, which is kind of ironic because usually that happens with a sponge, but the sponge really blended it nicely. Like there's hardly any like extra foundation on the sponge, but I feel like the brush is just kind of moving it around versus like blending it in. I don't know, but it's also like taking away some of the foundation. I don't know if you guys can see, you probably can't even see this on camera, but I can tell right here on the side of the sponge the coverage is a little bit better and this side is just a little bit more patchy. So I think what I'm going to do is add just like one more thin layer and then blend that in with the sponge on both sides. I'm hoping that this is going to wear nicely throughout the day. I am liking this foundation. The finish is really nice. It's dewy. I think the dewiness will go down once I set my face. So the next thing I'm going to go into, and I'm so excited because I've never tried this and I've heard a lot of people rave about this, and that is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. And I got the shade Fair 04. It might be too light. I'm not sure. Probably not. I'm so pale. But I have heard so many amazing things about this concealer. Let's just go ahead and try this. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So it's a lot thinner than I thought it was going to be. I think I'm just like so used to my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. So we all know that that concealer is super thick. But yeah, actually this color isn't bad. So I'm just highlighting like I usually do with my concealer. Maybe I'll do like I did earlier and I'll do one side with a sponge and the other with a brush and see what happens. So I'm going to do this side with the sponge. Ooh, that is blending out so nicely. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I want to use a brush now. Yeah, I'm gonna use a sponge because I really like how that blended out. I look so ghostly on camera right now. Oh my god. Ew. Oh my gosh. But see, in real life it doesn't look that bad. But on camera, wow. You know, maybe the foundation was a little too light. It's hard to tell. In person it looks like it matches, but on camera I look like Casper, the friendly ghost. So let's see how things look after I tone everything down and bronze and everything. So I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. contour palette, and you guys, I love e.l.f. They're so affordable, and you guys, this packaging is so nice. Like, it's like heavy duty, which is really cool. We have these two contour shades right here. We have this like banana setting powder, and then I'm not sure if this is like a highlight or a setting powder. This looks like a really, really sheer setting powder with a little bit of sheen to it. So it could be just for more of like a all over glow kind of thing, you know what I mean? So I'm going to set my face with this color right here just to see if I can kind of warm things up a little, because I feel like maybe that mixture of the concealer with the foundation was a little bit too pale for me. I'm just going to go in to the powder. I don't see really any fallout. And I'm just gonna set that where I place my concealer. The thing with powder, it's kind of hard to tell on camera how it looks. I can tell that the concealer is creasing a little more than my Shape Tape would crease. I swear that the Shape Tape is the best concealer in the world. It doesn't crease, it doesn't do any of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just set all over and see if this kind of tones everything down when it comes to how pale I look. I feel like that looks a little better. I don't look as ghostly, I think. Okay, so next I'm going to go in to eyebrows, and I'm so excited that I found this. I think this is new. It says that it's new on the box, and this is the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil. We have this like teardrop triangle shape right here for the pencil, which I actually really like in a brow pencil. When I got this, I believe I got it from, it was either Walmart or Target, and I got the shade Ash Brown, and it only came in one other color, so that's kind of annoying, but it seems like this color would probably match my brows the most. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of zoom you guys on in, and we'll see how this works. I'm going to go ahead and brush out the brows. I love that there's a spoolie on the end of the brow pencil. I'm pressing down pretty lightly because I don't know how pigmented this is. I remember I tried a Wet n Wild brow pencil once and it was like way too pigmented and waxy and it looked awful. But so far this is actually looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm just filling these in as I usually do. I can tell this is definitely a little bit more waxy than what I'm used to. I usually use the Anastasia Brow Wiz every day, like that's my go-to. But this, let's see. I have to draw these like faux hairs in the front of my brows, which is so annoying. But this actually might be a little bit too light for me. The other option was like really red, like it had like red undertones. But I think I can make this work. Okay, so that is one side done. I definitely think this is a little bit too light for me, especially because I have this like dark auburn hair. Usually I use like a darker brow pencil, and yeah, that kind of sucks because I do like the applicator. It went on really easily, and when I brushed out with a spoolie it blended out nicely. So I just kind of wish that they made this a little bit darker. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera and I will be right back. Alright you guys, I got my brows on, and I would like this so much better if it was darker, because like I said earlier, I have to draw some like faux hairs in the front portion of my brow because of like over plucking in high school and they never grew back properly. It really sucks. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of bummed because I was really hoping that this is going to work out for me. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not something I would probably be using very often. So next I'm just going to go ahead and go into eyeshadow while I have you guys zoomed in. And the palette I got is this Wet n Wild, what is this? I don't even know. This is their Color Icon Not a Basic Peach palette. And I was so drawn to these warm tones and this little pop of blue right here, which I don't know if I'm going to use today, but I'm excited because I actually really like Wet n Wild eyeshadows. They work really well and it's so affordable. I believe this palette was only like $4.99, which is awesome because you get, let's see, you get 10 shades, so that's pretty cool. I'm just trying to get this open. Okay, so that took forever to open, but as you can see, we have 10 shades right here. I think I'm just gonna prime my eyes using the concealer because I do that all the time anyways, and I did not pick up a drugstore eye primer, so let's just go ahead and pat this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my lid with this shade right here, and I don't think these have shade names. It just says like transition, and then all of these are just like there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush right here and just kind of set my lid because I always do this before applying eyeshadow. But I think I'm going to take this orange first and actually use that as my transition. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and go in. That picks up a lot of pigment. I'm going to tap a little off. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and go for like a warm smoky eye kind of deal as I usually do. Okay, this is blending so easily. Wow. I'm very impressed by this orange, and I'm just going in really lightly. I'm not even like pressing down hard. I'm just kind of like going in circular motions and blending out. There is a little bit of fallout in the palette. You probably can't even see it very much, but it's not that bad, and I honestly don't mind fallout as long as the shadows work well. So I'm just gonna blow that off. And next I'm gonna go into this like terracotta reddish brown shade right here. And I am just gonna like buff that into the crease to just kind of like create some dimension. And oh, that looks so good. I'm really impressed so far with these shadows. These are so nice and pigmented and they blend so well. So let's see, I think I'm gonna go into this dark brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna continue using that same brush. And I'm just going to lightly tap in. This looks really pigmented too. Wow. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of pat that on the outer third of my eye. I think I have found my new favorite eyeshadow palette. Like seriously, this is so good. They had other options too, and I'm trying to remember what the color schemes were. But yeah, for $4.99, you can't go wrong. So we're going to go ahead and try out the shimmers. These look so pretty. I think I actually might use this shade first. It's kind of like a purpley shimmer color. And let's go ahead and swatch this. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That is really pretty. I think I might add that kind of in the center, and then I'll do like more of a gradient in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and just take a flat brush, and I'm going to spray my brush because that is like what I always do with my shimmer shades. I'm just going to go ahead and use this setting spray. It just makes everything pop, you know? So I'm going to just go in. This is actually so pretty. It's like almost like a coppery purple, like I don't know, like it looks purple, but it has some like copper reflex. I love that. Okay, so we have that down on my lids and I am loving it. So I'm just gonna go into this shade right here too because I think it's really pretty. And I'm gonna spray my brush again. And I'm just gonna lightly go in with that color. I'm not gonna lie, I am liking this palette even more than the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette that everyone used to be obsessed with. I just feel like these colors are delivering a lot more and they have blended out so nicely. I really wish you guys can see this in person because I feel like it looks a lot more shimmery and reflective in real life. But yeah, I'm loving this. I'm going to go ahead and work on the lower lash line now. I'm going to take this really small brush right here and I think I'm going to go in with this terracotta shade and just kind of blend that on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the brown shade. I'm just going to kind of place that right here and blend that in. I don't want it to be too dark underneath, but just kind of like subtle and smoky, you know what I mean? And then I'm just going to lightly, like super lightly go in with that orange shade again and just kind of blend really lightly so everything is nice and diffused. Okay, and then finally I'm going to go in to this shimmery white shade right here and just like a little pencil brush, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight the inner corner. I like that it's not too shimmery, but it has like a really nice sheen to it. You could probably even use this as a highlighter. There's no glitter in it, so that is nice. Okay, and then I'm just going to highlight my brow bone. Okay, I am loving this palette and I'm loving this eye look. This is my new favorite palette. I give this like a 5 out of 5. I would use this all the time and I am going to. This is going to make for some really good fall eyeshadow looks as well. This is actually pretty fall that I'm wearing, but you know, I just kind of wish it was Halloween. So next I'm just going to place some eyeliner. I totally forgot to pick up a drugstore eyeliner, but I'm just using this NYX black eyeliner pencil. I'm just going to tight line, and then I'm just going to place some of that in the waterline. So next we're going to go into mascara, and I am using the Essence I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. This got some pretty good reviews on the Ulta website, and it's only $3.99. So awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes as I always do. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. This is what the wand looks like, and I'm hoping this is going to be a good drugstore mascara. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the footage so this doesn't like take forever. Okay guys, so I was gonna apply some false lashes, but seriously, this mascara is so good. My lashes are pretty short and they don't really do much for me, but I don't know if you guys can tell, like this mascara gave me length and volume, and I'm just like really loving how this looks without falsies. And to be honest, I don't really feel like wearing false lashes today. So yeah, this is also a mascara that I would use a lot. I'm really, really liking how this looks. Okay guys, we're almost done. This is going to be like the longest video ever. So I'm going to go back into this e.l.f. palette and we're going to go ahead and bronze up the cheeks. I think I'm going to use this lighter shade right here. I think this is going to be a little too dark for me. So I'm going to use this Luxie 660 Precision brush. Okay, that is like the perfect color for my skin tone. Okay Okay, so I really like the shade of this bronzer. It actually blended out really nicely. I contoured my nose as well, and I think it looks pretty good. I really like that the shade isn't too cool tone, but it's cool tone enough for fair skin. And I'm pretty sure when I got this, it was only like $6, and you get the 2 bronzer shades, you get a banana powder, and then you get this like lighter sheer color. I'm assuming this is more for a highlight, but it doesn't really show up as highlight when I swatch it, so I don't know, but I do like this. Okay, we're almost done, guys. So this next product is another e.l.f. product. This is the Baked Highlighter and Blush Duo, I guess you would call it. And I'm not really huge on the whole baked eyeshadows and blushes and stuff. They usually don't work that good, but I thought this looked really pretty and I just kind of wanted to try it. I'm going to swatch this. Eesh. Okay, this isn't really swatching at all. You know what? I have heard with these products you have to kind of like scrape off the top. So let me try it first normal and we'll see what happens. And if it looks bad, we'll try scraping off the top. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Duo Fiber brush from Luxie. And I'm going to go into the blush and we'll see if this does anything. Are you guys seeing anything? I see maybe just like a little bit, but honestly, I'm not seeing much. That sucks. So I'm gonna try this whole like scraping the top off. Hang on. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna use these little cuticle scissors. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so I scraped the top off and okay, that is showing up so much more. That is so weird. You know, you shouldn't have to do that for products, but let's see if I can get some pigment out of this now. Okay, yeah, that is a lot better. It's still pretty sheer, but I do like more of a sheer blush. I don't like heavy blush. It's very glowy, which is actually something I love in a blush. It's not glittery at all, which is great. Alright, that's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape off the top of the highlight because I have a feeling it's just going to give me the same problem. Okay, that is so weird. It's seriously like, there's the pigment. I don't understand. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and use this highlighting brush. Seriously. Ooh, at least it's worth it, right? This was actually really pretty. Yay, so I'm glad I'm glad that worked out, even though we had to do some work to make it work. That highlighter is gorgeous. I'm actually really loving it. It's almost like a champagne, like more of like a white champagne kind of color. I'm gonna highlight my cupid's bow a little bit and the chin, and then I'm gonna take a smaller angled brush and just kind of go down my nose a little bit with this. I'm gonna kind of scoot in a little. You guys can see this is really reflective. It looks really pretty. The blush looks nice. It's just annoying that you had to scrape off the top, but honestly, I'll probably be using this a lot. Okay, we are down to the final product, and for lips, I got the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Zuma. And I have one of these in the shade, I forgot the shade name, but it's like a reddish color. But I thought this was really pretty and would go with the eye look. It's kind of like a mauve-y color. And these may not be for everyone, but I really like them because it just almost looks like a lip stain, but it's really comfortable and you're still getting some color to the lips without it looking like too dramatic. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I am really enjoying this color, and the formula of these is so comfortable. Like, it dries down matte, but it doesn't make your lips feel crusty or dry or like crumbly, you know what I mean? That just like that horrible, uncomfortable feeling that some lipsticks give you. This is very like cushiony and comfortable, and I am loving it. Alright you guys, hopefully you guys are still with me. This was probably a very long video, but I'm just going to give you some final thoughts on all the products that I tried. So the setting spray slash primer, I actually really like it so far. I mean, I won't really know till the end of the day, but like the mister was really nice and it didn't make my face look too like oily or dewy or anything like that. It just kind of seems like your average setting spray that just kind of does what it needs to do. So next is the foundation stick. So far I am loving it. I am very happy with the color. I think it was pretty close to my skin color. And it blended out really nicely with the sponge. With the brush, it just kind of dragged around and kind of like absorbed a lot of the product for some reason. But using it with the sponge, it worked really, really well, and I think I'm going to be using this a lot. So the Colourpop concealer I really like, but I do prefer the Shape Tape Concealer by Tarte. I just love that that concealer doesn't crease like hardly at all. This is actually not that bad. I am creasing a little right here, but it's not like the worst or anything. I'm still going to use this a lot. I like the shade and I love how this blended out. Sadly, the eyebrow pencil didn't really work out for me because of the color being a little bit too light. It doesn't look awful, but this is something I'm probably not going to use very often. I might just keep this as like a backup if I'm like completely out of my brow product and I need to get more. But besides the color, I did like the applicator and I like that there's a spoolie. It's only a couple bucks, so if you do match this color, I recommend trying it. But if you have like dark hair, this probably isn't going to be for you. So this might be my favorite product that we tried. This eyeshadow palette is gorgeous. You guys can see how pigmented this is. Like, and I hardly went in with those brushes and I didn't have to press really hard. They blended out really easily and it created a really pretty like fall kind of look, even though it's the middle of summer. But I can definitely see myself using this all year long. I do want to play with this blue shade, and I'm holding this upside down. I do want to play with this blue shade and this like peachy shade right here and the gold, but every color in the palette so far seems really nice, and I think this is like a 5 out of 5 or whatever you would call it, like a 5-star palette. I don't know, but I really, really love this. Also, I really love the mascara. This gave my lashes length and volume. I didn't even need to put false lashes on. I mean, yeah, my lashes aren't like bam, like in your face or anything because they're just short and that's how they are. But this mascara gave enough length and volume to my lashes so I don't have to really add any more like eyeliner or false lashes or anything like that. And it's only $3.99, which is awesome. So the contour palette I kind of have mixed feelings about because when I look up close, my face does look a little powdery from this banana shade right here. It didn't blend as much as I'd like it to blend out. Like, it just kind of sat on top of my face. Like when I look up really close, like I can see some of the powder. I do really like this contour shade. It blended really nicely into my skin and it matches my skin tone really well. I don't really have any opinions about these two shades yet, but I do want to try them out and see how they look. And then we have this. I liked it a lot once I scraped off the top as recommended by so many of you guys. And I mean, it created a really beautiful highlight and the blush went on really nice. It looks nice and natural. I think I will be using this a lot. It's just kind of annoying that you have to scrape off the top to get any color payoff. And then finally, the Ultra Blotted Lip. I am obsessed with this color. It's not too dark, it's not too light. It's like a really nice mauve-y nude. It went on really easily and the formula is so comfortable. Like, I'm pretty sure this is kiss proof. Yeah, this is kiss proof. I love it. No complaints. I'm probably gonna be wearing this like all the time. That is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Holy crap, this is probably like way too long and I apologize, but I'm already feeling better now that I have some makeup on my face. Now I'm gonna go veg out and relax and take a break. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and all social media. I have links down below. And I hope you guys are having a great day and a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.